So, hold on. I don't think this is working again. Welcome to the Crypto Boss Andrew channel. Give me a minute to get set up. Usually we do go live 8 p.m. Central Time. I gotta figure out TikTok again because I think my VPN is interfering with it. So let's try to reopen the app. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm just gonna restart the live stream on TikTok because I don't know what's going on. I want to make sure it reset. So, hopefully everyone's having a great Monday. Bitcoin right now is really struggling. Bitcoin's really struggling right now. It's at $27,500. We'll see what can happen. Let me get into the TA in a second. All right, so second time is the charm with TikTok. The sound should be good. If you guys are new, appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe button, follow button if you guys are new. And let's get started. So this is a coin I'm currently shorting, XCN. I did make a YouTube short on it, talking about it. But XCN I am short because the chart looks so bad. I mean, you just look at the 3-day chart, and really it's straight down. And the 4-hour chart, you got completely overbought, but you didn't even make a new high. I kind of like coins like these that are probably going to zero, and they have very few buyers and a lot of sellers because they're easy to short, and I can use leverage on it on Bybit, so that's what I'm doing. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that is the current trade I'm in. I'm also still in my Bitcoin short that I talked about on Saturday, from $29,150 from all the way up here. Let me go back to I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, and then so I entered the trade right here, April 20th. It wasn't at midnight, but it was, around April 20th. Maybe it was April 21st. I think it was April 20th, midday, at $29,150. That's what time I entered the trade, or that's the day at least, April 20th. I entered 100x short on Bitcoin. Only put like $7 in, just for fun to see what would happen. So far, it's working out. I think at one point today I was up 600 or 700%. I have not taken any profits. I did move my stop loss down from 28.4 earlier today to 28,000 because the reason I did that was because on the 1-hour chart, you had a high that did not quite get to $28,000, or I guess we did. Hold on. Let me see exactly what price we went to because I moved my stop to 28,000. You were a couple of dollars shy of $28,000. So I did enter. I did move my stop loss to that because I think if you break 28,000 again, or at least wick through it, because you didn't even wick through it, I think if you make a higher high, that would mean the trend is obviously bullish, and then I would want to be in a long anyway. So, but let me just start on the daily chart for Bitcoin like I usually do, and kind of go through the time frames. So, what I saw Bitcoin doing on the daily chart a few weeks ago was it was in this nice bull flag. That kind of played to the upside. I had a measured move of 33.3. That never happened. You did have a move all the way up to 30,700. And then, of course, you had the nice dump. And right now, you got the daily chart being oversold. But I'm a little bit worried about the higher time frames. 3-day chart is coming down. That's a good sign. But then you also have to worry about the weekly chart. Weekly chart is still overbought. It's still at 80. That's part of the reason I entered my short, and I'm in a long-term swing trade short position. Now, if I go back to the smaller time frame, such as the 12-hour chart, not that that's a small time frame, but the 6-hour chart is overbought. That's a little bit worrisome. I mean, you have had no momentum really. Your low today was 26,940, about that, and you're completely overbought and you're making new lows. So that's not a good sign. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart right now. The 4-hour chart, again, obviously made a new low. It made a new low today. And Bitcoin really didn't get much momentum. So I'm not super bullish on Bitcoin right now. The bottom indicator is called the stock RSI. So it's like the RSI, but I think it's more accurate. STOCH RSI. So it's honestly the indicator that I trade by the most. And I could do without the other indicators, such as the only other one I really use is the moving averages, and then I have this new one I'm trying out, which I really don't trade by. In fact, I'm probably going to delete it pretty soon. I just think it makes more clutter on the screen, but I just want to see how accurate it was, and honestly, I'm not very impressed. I don't even really understand what it's saying. I just know that when it says yellow, that's a buy, and clearly that wasn't a buy. I'm not very impressed about the last one. I'm going to delete it right now. I don't like that at all. It just makes it's more clutter. It's not accurate, in my humble opinion. So the only ones I really trade on is the stock RSI. I would say that's 90% of what I use. Then I really do like the moving averages. If they're far apart, you know that you need to come down. And if they're really, or the pricing is to consolidate usually. Right now they're pretty close together, but and then I really like using the 200-day moving average. But the one I trade by the most is stock RSI. If that was the only indicator I could use, that would be the one I would definitely choose. And then of course I look at support and resistances and chart patterns. So that's kind of the four things I use for my analysis. The simpler, the easier it is, my humble opinion. But anyways, getting back to Bitcoin, the 4-hour chart right now, you are at 80 on the RSI, so basically overbought. And again, you made a new low today. The 1-hour chart is overbought. That's a lower high. The previous high was earlier today. You had a move all the way up to 27,963. That was this morning, I think. And now you're completely overbought, and the highest you got was about, we'll say, 27.6 to be generous. So that's $300, $350 short of what it was this morning, and you're overbought. And so it looks like Bitcoin's not going to hold 27,000. I thought it was going to break earlier today. I believe it's going to happen tonight or tomorrow. It just doesn't look bullish, in my opinion. Now, looking at the 15-minute chart, the 15-minute chart right now is getting rejected off this. This is what I'm talking about, the moving averages. It's getting rejected as of right now. It got overbought. It's getting rejected off this yellow line, the 200-day moving average on the 15-minute chart. So again, I do use moving averages sometimes. If it's getting rejected off of it, that's not good. If it's above it and getting the bounce, then that's bullish. But for right now, 200-day moving average is acting as a barrier for the price to go up higher. So to me right now, and as the price goes down, obviously this will come down too, the yellow line will. So to me right now, Bitcoin is extremely bearish. Let me go to the 5-minute chart and kind of see what's going on, if I can find any analysis. 5-minute chart is oversold, making a higher low, but I don't really care for the 5-minute chart. So, that's kind of what I'm looking at. 15-minute chart is bearish. You got the 1-hour chart, extremely bearish, overbought, making a lower high. You got the 4-hour chart, making a lower high. So it just doesn't look good to me right now. And you, of course, again, you got the daily chart, and not the daily chart, the weekly chart looking bearish too. So to me right now, I'm calling a move below 27K. Your next weekly support I have is $25,000. That would be, you might not go straight down a few minutes or whatever. We've seen that happen in Bitcoin before, but it could take a day or a few days for it to go from 27 to 25. But that's kind of the next stop Bitcoin has. And I don't know what this blue line was for, so I'm going to delete it. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know and I will look at them. Like I said, I'm in my Bitcoin short. I'm also in this XCN short from 29.5, I believe. And it's making new lows as well. So again, this chart looks horrible to me, and lack of buyers. I'm personally short. I mean, it's also down 99.9% for the year, or for the all time. It came out at 18 cents. Right now it's a third of a penny, I think. So it could either moon really hard, or it's gonna keep going to the downside. And if that happens, I don't have any targets. I'm just going to keep moving my stop loss up or down, I should say, as we make higher or lower highs, I should say. And if it moves to the upside, well, then I'll get stopped out. So those are the only two trades I'm in right now, is XCN short 10x, and then my Bitcoin short 100x leverage. Not financial advice. I would not enter into 100x leverage short unless you're only using a few bucks to play with, and that's what I was using. I used like $6.80 for my Bitcoin short, and maybe like 20 or 30 for this XCN short. So just fun, just kind of for fun. But if it turns into something, if I'm successful with these trades, it can probably turn into a few $100, and then we can get something going with lower leverage. Appreciate the likes. Yep. So we are live on YouTube. If you guys are new, go over and check that out. If you guys want to see the entire screen, go check that out. So that's kind of what I wanted to run through today. But now I will look at, so look at XCN. Okay, so we got XCN, we got Dogecoin request. Let me write Doge down. And appreciate the gift, Tech. Appreciate the likes. All right, so let's look at, right now it's, I already forgot the first one. XCN, and then we got Dogecoin. Those are the only two requests right now, so that's what we're going to do. Dogecoin is the first, no, XCN is the first one. XCN, USD. If it's not on TradingView, I'm not going to look at it. So we got BitGet. We'll start with the BitGet chart. I'm going to start on the weekly time frame and do that. So, wow. So this is kind of a shitcoin I'm talking about. Holy crap. Wow. All right, well, Weekly charts overbought, 3-day charts overbought. You got the histogram moving down. I thought I'd delete this indicator. I guess I don't know what happened, but all right, here we go. I would say it's pretty obvious. You want to sell it. So daily chart. Daily chart's getting oversold, making a higher low. That's actually a good sign. The 12-hour chart right now is oversold as well. That's a good sign. The 4-hour chart is oversold. Actually, the smaller indicators, such as the 12-hour chart and all that, look decent to me. Yeah, this really does look decent to me. I was going to say this is probably not a buy, but the 1-hour chart's making, well, see, the 1-hour chart's a little bit bearish right now. If you don't hold 6, I would say it's really bad. Your next support to the downside is 50. So to me, I would actually not say this is not a buy, but I also would definitely not recommend buying it. So I would say if you don't hold 6, the next stop is 50, and to the upside you have obviously that resistance up there at that 10 level. So I mean, I can't do a lot of analysis. It seems like the chart looks pretty bad when you just zoom out. You could try and say this is going to make a round to bottom. If that were the case, that'd be really bullish. You're probably going to make a higher low and move up. So it doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look great either when you really do zoom out. So to me right now, I would personally stay away from a coin like this, but I've seen worse coins. So let's look at Doge now. We'll use the Coinbase chart. Appreciate the likes, want. I'm not even going to try to pronounce those names. I don't know what's going on. So anyways, looking at the weekly chart for Dogecoin. Dogecoin is currently sitting at 7.8 cents. We'll see what's going on with this. So weekly chart is, obviously you can see that stock RSI is already curling down, making a lower high. That's not a very good sign on the massive time frames. The 3-day chart is curling down. I bet the daily chart's oversold. Yeah, that's a good sign. Now, of course, you have support at 7. I've talked about 7 cents being massive support. It was massive support. Let's just zoom out a little bit, right? So this 7 cents, I'll move my phone so you guys can see it better, has been support one time here. It's been support another time here. That's 2 times. It's been support here a 3rd time. It's been support here a 4th time. Then you got a decent balance. Then you got almost got up to 10 cents where you have resistance. Then it was support here a 5th time on the 11th of March, right? So it's been support multiple times, and now it might actually use it as a 6th time as support. It's held this 7 cents line very strongly, in my opinion. And it's also this indicator that I don't trust yet is saying it's a buy. So take that with a grain of salt. But also look at this. Daily chart's oversold. So to me, the daily time frame wants to move. I would just say based on that alone, 7 cents is probably going to hold if it's even seen. It might not even go that low. So not financial advice, but to me, this is actually looking better than the last coin I just looked at. Looking at the 4-hour chart is looking like it wants to move up. You see it sloping down. It was overbought, I should say. Then it tried to come down. The buyer said no, and it's trying to continue to the upside and remain bullish. That's a decent sign, but you did get a nice dump. So we'll see what happens. Now, if I look at the 1-hour chart is overbought, getting very weak reality. So to me right now, shorter term time frames, I would say it's not a buy, but longer term time frames, if you're just looking at the daily chart alone or weekly or 3-day chart, to me it's not a bad buy, especially if you can hold 7 cents. So to me, actually, Dogecoin, if it comes down to 7 cents, that's a buy in my humble opinion, not financial advice, but that would not be a bad place to put a limit order in at 7 cents with maybe a stop at 6.5 or 6. Something around that. So assuming you're not using leverage. If you are using leverage, I would say you would want a tighter stop than 6.5. But that's kind of what I'm looking at on Dogecoin. Dogecoin does not look bad on the daily chart. 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart don't look great in my humble opinion. So this is Dogecoin right now, right? See, Dogecoin, and now it's on Atom, and I don't know what is going on with my mouse. But I was looking at Dogecoin, and now I'm having a very slow internet. So wow, I gotta admit, I don't know what's going on with my, what's going on? Oh, what is happening? Alright, so, I was charting Dogecoin. Appreciate the follows. So, yeah, do Dymo and ARB, so let me write that down. ARB would be the one after Dymo. I think I've seen Dymo. It was one of the ones. I don't know what's going on. I'm not clear. Oh, I see. My phone's messing up my mouth. All right, we're good. So hold on. Let me kind of figure this out. Well, so Dynamo and ARB are the next ones. Dynamo, I saw Dynamo was one of the ones pumping on Coinbase recently and the top gainers. So this is actually going to be a fun one to look at. You got the daily chart right here. Oh my God, the weekly chart has no data. It must have been listed on Coinbase about 2 weeks ago. So we're going to look at Dynamo right now. You get the 3-day chart, which doesn't have any data, at least on Coinbase. Daily chart doesn't even have data. The 12-hour chart doesn't have data yet. The 6-hour chart is just starting to get data. That's a higher low right there, if it can hold. The 4-hour chart is looking like it's oversold, kind of flagging out a little bit it's kind of flagging out right now. You take the top. Oh my God. If this is going to be a falling wedge, which it looks like it is, you take the top of the wick to the bottom of where it started pumping. And I'm going to kind of show you what I'm seeing right now is a falling wedge on the 4-hour chart for Dynamo, or whatever this coin is called. That's what I'm seeing, and we got a measure move of take you above that resistance, take you to 36 cents on Dynamo. That's a measure move. It's already looking like it's starting to pump. You got that wick lower, came back in it, so you can just negate that it came lower and basically just say, you know, it's looking decent to me in my humble opinion. You do have some resistance up there at the all-time high, or at least at the all-time high in the Coinbase chart at 32 cents. So 30, if you want to be conservative, say 30 to 32 cents is the target. Let's see how the 1-hour chart's looking. 1-hour chart is overbought, but that's to be expected. So the 1-hour chart's probably going to come down to the bottom of this pattern one more time. Maybe not, but it is harder for it to pump if it is overbought on the 1-hour chart. So just know that. And the 15-minute chart right now is looking like the 15-minute chart is trying to flag out, making a smaller falling wedge. If we look at the 5-minute, I bet it's doing that. Sort of. Doesn't look as beautiful as I thought it would, but that is a bull flag. I like that. Yeah, so it's not falling wedge, but that actually is a bull flag on the 5-minute chart. So to me, Dynamo right now, it looks good to me. Your measure move out of this bull flag would actually, the 1-hour chart can be pinned and overbought and still pump. Measure move is almost 27 cents. We'll see if that happens, but I'll keep that there. And you know, if maybe in 15 minutes towards the end of the live stream, maybe we'll see a pump. The other one was ARB. I think this might be another one that pumped, but I guess we'll see. Maybe not. NWC is the next request that I saw. Maybe I missed some. No. All right, so NWC is the next one. So looking at the weekly chart on NWC, there's no data there. There's probably no data on the 3-day chart. There's no data on the day. There's data. So daily chart is flagging and not flagging. I would say it's a falling wedge, though. That's a falling wedge on ARB. And yeah, to me, it looks bullish too. It looks like you still have a little more downside to go. A measure move would be literally basically $2. The 4-hour chart right now on ARB is getting overbought. It's probably going to make a lower high here below 150, and then that would be a good sign because that means it's, like I said, it has a little more downside to go. In my humble opinion, ARB does before it's going to have the moon to the upside. These break out to the upside 68% of the time. Higher chances probably in bull markets and lower chances in bear markets. But it overall averages out to almost 70% of the time breaks to the upside. One chart's overbought, confirming you're probably at the top, or not quite. I guess you still could go to 140. But as long, in my humble opinion, as long as you hold 120, you're still in this falling wedge. So that's why I'm looking at 15-minute charts already making a higher low. I could see you coming down to 120 and still being bullish, and still being, as long as you stay above 120, you still have the chance to see $2 out of this falling wedge. So ARB, in my opinion, actually looks good. I don't think I've seen one coin that is absolutely not a buy yet. So maybe I jinxed myself. NWC is the next request. It's on KuCoin. Oh, NWC. Didn't we just look at this? Or did I look at this yesterday? Weekly chart's overbought. I don't think I looked at it today, did I? 3-day chart is overbought, coming down. You got the daily chart, which is oversold, pumping. 12-hour chart is, maybe, I don't know when I looked at this. I don't think I looked at this today. 6-hour chart's overbought, making out a lower high. But, again, I bet the smaller time frames look good. No, 4-hour chart doesn't look great to me. And the 1-hour chart right now doesn't look great to me. Oh, hold on. I say that too soon. It is absolutely making another bull flag on the 1-hour chart is NWC. It looks like a lot of these altcoins want to pump to the upside, so we could get an altcoin rally here pretty soon if Bitcoin wants to go sideways. That would be completely normal. I would love to see Bitcoin keep going lower so I can get better prices and so I short as well. But to me right now, this is pretty beautiful. You can just see it's starting to flag out, and my mouse is being really touchy with me today. I don't know why. Wow. Measure move would take you up to 15 cents, so that's about 2 cents higher. You look at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is making it beautiful. You can see it a little bit better on the 15-minute chart. That is a bull flag, right? Here's your flagpole when you go up. That's also kind of a rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms are bullish, but there's your flag, or there's your pole, I should say, and then you're flagging out right there. That's beautiful. 15 cents is measure move on that. Wow. Dymo. Looks like it wants to move to the upside. I'm not trading this, but it definitely looks juicy. What do I trade on? So right now I'm trading on Bybit, but I know May 8th they're gonna ban U.S. people, so I'm gonna probably go back to KuCoin, and I buy on Coinbase. I think most people probably do that. So that's what I trade on. I really wish I just got on Bybit like a week or two ago, so I'm kind of, I'm not happy about that, but that's currently where I trade. So it's Bybit, and then it's going to be KuCoin probably in about 2 weeks. I used to trade on KuCoin as well. So you want me to check out ICP or Link? Just let me know which one you would like, and then I can look at them. NKN is the next request. Appreciate the roses. How's it going, guys? Appreciate the likes. Wow, we're up to 1,000 likes. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anyone on YouTube. We do have 1 like on YouTube, so at least someone's watching there. So the next request that I got, okay, so first of all, I'm going to look at Link because I think that's more bullish long term. ICP, the chart's down. So we got NKN as the next request after Chainlink. Link is one I held last bull run. I will not this bull run, but I haven't looked at this in a long time. So $7, it's on support right now. I'm going to check out the weekly chart. Make sure you guys can see it on TikTok. So $7 is trying to hold that support. If you don't hold that, 457 is going to fall to the downside. I think Bitcoin breaks 27K. You could see this happen. Hold on really quick. I want to make sure that I'm watching my coin that I'm in a short in. So, all right. So, but Chainlink right now is holding $7 as supported, at least just trying to. Weekly chart has more to dump, so that kind of worries me on the macro time frames. The 3-day chart looks decent, right? Daily chart is ready to move to the upside. 12-hour chart ready, same as well. Now you got the 6-hour chart, kind of, I'm not gonna say that's a bear flag because it's really not. Bear flags go sideways. It kind of have a nice pump, getting rejected off the 200-day moving average, and is overbought on the stock RSI. 4-hour chart, same thing. 3-hour chart doesn't look good to me. The 1-hour chart right now is oversold. It's probably pretty likely you're going to see $4.50 sooner than later on Chainlink, which would be a great buying opportunity in my humble opinion. So to me, is this a buy? I would personally say it's not a buy just yet because $7 macro time frames would suggest you're going to go lower. Now, I would say Bitcoin moons from here. You could buy it. But for right now, if Bitcoin breaks 27K, I think this could easily fall to 450. You haven't been at 450 in a long time. Last time was 29th of June of 2020. But, anything's possible. It is crypto. And that's kind of what I'm looking at right now on Chainlink. 450 is probably incoming right now. So that's the first one that I've said probably I would stay away from short term. Long term, I'm bullish on Chainlink, just not. I don't think it looks like it hasn't bottomed quite yet. No problem. And NKN was the next request. We'll use the Coinbase chart, the weekly chart. Wow. It's been a long time since I've looked at this. It's looking like you had a local low at 5 cents. Why is this doing this? 5 cents was support. Weekly chart has more to come down. You got the 3-day chart, daily chart. I'm just going to go through these really quick, and if there's something cool to say, we have 6-hour charts overbought, making a lower high, getting rejected off the 200-day moving average. 4-hour chart, same thing. 3-hour chart, same thing. Not even really touching the 200-day moving average. The 1-hour chart is made a lower high, overbought, coming down. Next support is 7.7 cents. Wow, that's 35% lower. 15-minute chart, probably not going to hold that 200-day moving average. So going back to the 4-hour chart, or let's just go back to the daily chart. Where's our next support? You had a local low at 5 cents, or at 7.7 cents. So I guess that was above 5 cents. But to me right now, and then you have a wick all the way to 18. Wow. So you have resistance at 18 cents and support at 7.7. I would also say you definitely have bigger resistance before 18 cents. Probably around this level right here, around 14 cents. We'll call it 13 cents to be conservative. But this is just weekly support. So if you zoom into the daily time frame, you're going to have more supports and resistances. But if you look at the weekly chart, the macro time frames, that's resistance 18, we'll call it 13, and support at 7.7. I mean, that's kind of what you got for the levels to the upside and downside on that. What is the link for? Chain link? Thoughts on Matic and Mover. So, Matic, hold on. We'll use the Binance chart. What in the world? That's not what I chose. I want Matic. Coinbase chart. Weekly chart. Oversold. One of the few coins that's oversold on the weekly chart. Coming to support right around 98 cents. 3-day chart. Daily chart. Oversold. I like what I'm seeing. You got the buy indicator on that new indicator that I'm using on the daily chart. Yeah, the 12-hour chart, it's, like I said, coming down to support. RSI is oversold and low. 6-hour chart needs to come down. Didn't get much of a rally and kind of almost got overbought. It's a little sketchy. 4-hour chart. So 6-hour chart looks bearish to me on this. So this is not quite a buy in my humble opinion. Daily chart and the higher time frames look good. So to me, I'm not going to hit my no indicator that I wouldn't buy it yet. But I would still, this is a wait for me. It's not a no, but it's not a, this is kind of a wait. 3-8-hour charts overbought, making a lower high. 1-hour chart. So to me, this is a wait. It's not a buy yet, but to me, it's not an absolute no either. Next request. So to me, that's a wait. If I go back to the daily chart, if you don't hold 95 cents, you are looking at basically 74, then 64, and then 46, and then 30. That's it for Matic. It looks bearish to me short term. And then Mover, I think, was the last request. Is this on Bybit? It is. I'm going to use the Bybit chart. Weekly chart. Overbought. Looks bad. That scares me for the higher time, for the smaller time frames. 3-day chart, daily chart's oversold. That's a good sign. 12-hour chart is oversold. 6-hour chart is oversold. Wow. That looks bad. 4-hour chart is trying to make a higher low. 1-hour chart is overbought. This looks pretty bad to me. Would I buy this? It's just, no. Second one of the night that just is a little too sketchy for me. Even on the weekly chart, you got, it's way overbought. It's a much lower high on the weekly time frame. I would stay away from this. Long term, short term. You can request it, in another month or so, and maybe it'll be better. But I'm not saying it's bearish forever. But short term and long term, maybe mid term, it's okay. But you still would have to look for an entry. In short term, it doesn't have a good entry. So I wouldn't say midterm. Right now, it's just an absolute no for me. That can always change, right? But it looks bad to me right now. Matic has some good support at 76 cents. I think I said that. No, maybe I didn't. What's up with STX being moving nice this year? I'm not sure what's up with that. Appreciate the follow. Let me appreciate the likes. Hello, could you help me check NWC if it's going for an uptrend or still going downwards? Thanks, no problem. I think we just looked at that. If you missed that, you can go back in the stream. But someone on TikTok requested that, and yeah, someone on TikTok requested this, and I looked at it. If you want the whole analysis, go back in the stream and rewatch it. I have a measure move out of a falling wedge right now, all the way up at 26 cents. If you want the entire in-depth analysis, I will go back and rewatch the stream, but it does look bullish to me short term. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now in the markets. I'll just tell this for anyone that's new. I do go live twice a week. I go live Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Time. Usually it's more like 7:45 p.m. Central Time, and then Saturdays 3 p.m. Central Time. So that's just kind of when I go live twice a week. If you guys are new, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok as well, YouTube, and I have a Telegram group. The link to join that is in my bio, and I guess that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I wanted to get that out there. Let me see. I believe, altcoin. A lot of altcoins look bullish to me, but it worries me that I mean that's good. But if Bitcoin loses 27K, they're all gonna dump, right? So altcoins are trying to rally. It might not last forever though. Bitcoin wants to dump tomorrow. Um, so I saw some good setups on altcoins, but again, it sucks because it's all run by Bitcoin. Bitcoin dumps, they won't perform. So that's personally why until we're in a bull market, I wouldn't trade altcoins. What do you? But this is the time you should be investing in altcoins if you believe in them long term, not trading them, but investing. You can trade them, I suppose, but don't expect them to do a double or a triple unless you got a micro cap you're looking at. So, anyways, any sleeper low caps you're in, I'm personally staying away from those as of like 2 weeks ago. I am still in Doge 1, I think it's called, which has like 50K market cap. I'm not saying you should buy that. It's just what I'm still in. I'm pretty much down a lot. I bought it $250,000. I would definitely not suggest buying that. So low cap, no. I like Atom long term. I'm descending into that because you can stake that for like 23% on Kepler app. That's definitely not a low cap. Low caps, no. I don't have any. Now we looked at NWC. That looks like could moon, but it looks really sketchy. Floor chart's completely overbought, so it needs to come down. But long term, nah, I really don't. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I used to, but I think until the bull market comes back, I'm staying away from coins on Uniswap personally. I made a lot of money on Uniswap, but recently I've lost a lot. So until the bull market's back, I'm staying away from Uniswap. I'd rather just trade Bitcoin on leverage where I can predict what's going to happen with it. But that's kind of what I got. If you guys have any more requests, let me know and I'll look at them. Otherwise, I'm going to probably end the YouTube live stream and the TikTok live stream here pretty soon. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream. We'll be back live on Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe and have a great week. So, yeah.